What's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another MLB 21 The Show Diamond Dynasty video. In today's video, we're going to talk about quirks and roster construction. Pitching quirks that you absolutely need on your team. Also, what quirks are, because some of you guys might not know. If you are Madden Ultimate Team players, you can think of them as like abilities, but the best part about quirks is they are free. You don't have to spend any stubs or anything on them, and we're focusing on pitching today. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. I'm going to show you my squad to start the video out. So here is our team. And if we take a look at our rotation, the main quirk, well, we're kind of talking about a combination of both of them. But what we're looking at, we'll use Jacob Degrom as an example. So with any card in the game, you hit triangle on PlayStation, Y on Xbox. I'm still learning that. And if you look, we have all these different things. We can R1 or L1, and we want to look at quirks over here. So these are like basically abilities that this card has, and the nice combination, the combination we're looking for and we're talking about in today's video is Untouchable, which is excels at striking hitters out, but more importantly is Outlier. Now there's an Outlier 2, I'll talk about that in a moment, but Outlier 1, primary pitch exceeds max velocity limit. So what that means is that if a pitcher has Outlier, they can hit 102 miles per hour on their pitches. And when you get into the higher ranks of ranked seasons, or if you're playing in Battle Royale, you know, anything that's going to be on Hall of Fame or above, when you start facing pitchers that can throw 102 pretty much all game, it becomes very difficult to hit. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have gone through that struggle. You want to make sure you're on the right side of that as well. You want to have these type of pitchers in your rotation, in your bullpen, so you can start to take advantage of, let's just face it, it's cheese. It's a little bit toxic. I don't know if it'll be altered. So for now, you're going to make sure that you get these cards in your team. Now, Jacob Degrom is just one example of many cards or pitchers that have this particular quirk on them. And what I'm going to do is use the website showzone.io. I will link it down below in the comments section. This is a really, really good website. This is kind of like the Mutthead for Diamond Dynasty. And they have a way to basically filter out all the cards and check a specific quirk. So we got Outlier 1 right here. And this is showing us all the cards currently in the game that have that Outlier quirk. Now, some of them cost stubs and you're going to have to go and buy them. Some of them you can earn for absolutely free. And two of the best ones in the game, Garrett Crochet, Edward Cabrera, you've probably faced them enough times right now. You probably have these cards on your team. If you don't have these two in your lineup, you're kind of missing out. You need to get them in your lineup ASAP. But as we take a look at this full list of cards, here are all of the cards that have quirks Outlier in there. Now, there is one exception to this that I want to point out, and there could be more cards that happen, but for the Miami Marlins, we have Edward Cabrera, right? He's one of the ones that I mentioned, but if you take a look, Sixto Sanchez, he is a 42 card, meaning you can get him from the first team affinity challenges for the Marlins. He has Outlier 2. So if we take a look at his card, we go over to quirks. Outlier 2, secondary pitch exceeds max velocity limit. So that means he has a secondary pitch. His 4-seam fastball can actually get to 102. All of the other cards that we're looking at this list, their primary pitch is what gets them to 102. But Sanchez here is one of the only card right now that has Outlier 2. Now, when we look at Edward Cabrera and we took a look at Jacob Degrom a moment ago, I like the combination because, right, throwing 102, primarily you're going to start striking people out. It's tough to hit 102. There's a lot of other quirks out there, but the combination of Untouchable, excels at striking hitters out, makes it more deadly. Pitches are very tough to time up. They're very tough to read as they come out of the pitcher's hand. So another thing that we can do on this website, again, showzone.com, we're going to go, showzone.io. We're going to click this little, you can't see it, but it's, okay, nope, it's not on my screen. So there's a little filter table button that's right above the team column. You can't see it, but when you go to the site, you'll see it. So we're going to pull up another filter here. And first we have quirk as Outlier. We're going to add a second quirk to our filter, and we're going to filter out all of the pitchers that have Outlier and Untouchable. And here is the shorter list. So we got Rob Dibble, He's a prime card. This website gives you the pricing, but he is a bit expensive. Luckily, I got this card at about $55K when it was in the kitchen sink pack. It's a really good card, probably my favorite closer in the game so far. If you can afford it, absolutely go out and buy it. But you definitely missed the boat on getting him for cheap. I mean, if you take a look at this card, right, almost 100,000 on the buy now. If you take a look at the card that I got, I actually paralleled him to 4 right now, and I was the 68th person out of 73 people that have done it. And if you take a look at his quirks here, he's got Untouchable, he's got Outlier, so he can hit 102, and he's excelling at striking players out. So he's a closing pitcher. Now, as far as starting pitchers go, if we go back over to our list here, Jacob Degrom was another one, but he's very expensive. He actually just got this quirk added to his card yesterday. So San Diego Studios made an update to his card, added it on there. This card was already one of my favorite pitchers in the game, and now it's just even better. I'm going to skip past some of the free cards. We got Jarius Familia, who is a diamond milestone card. This is another closer. If you're going to spend for one of these guys, I would rather spend the 90 to 95K on Dibble versus the 65 to 73K on Familia. But if you want to go ahead and pick him up, he has both Untouchable and Outlier. Now, Michael Kopeck, if you are a budget player, I mean, this is an absolute must-buy card because you can get him for basically 5 to 6 to 7,000 stubs. He's stupid cheap. Like I said, great budget item. He was part of the second inning program. He's one of the free cards, and that's what's keeping his price so low. So an 87 overall. He's got the 4-seam fastball. Again, this shows 99, but because of the quirk Outlier, this means he can get to 102. He's got Untouchable. He's got a couple other quirks there, all pitching related. If you are looking for a 5th starter, and I mean, you guys all should be able to afford this card right now. If you guys don't have like 90 plus overall starters in your rotation, go pick up this Michael Kopeck because he's a really, really cheap and good budget option out there. So then moving down the list, we have Aroldis Chapman. He's a very popular closing pitcher. Again, Rob Dibble, very expensive. Chapman, pretty affordable at about 19, 20, 22K. He's going to come with that Outlier by stock by default. Now, one thing I don't know, and I might need your help here, I didn't find or I wasn't able to find it. I don't know if you parallel certain cards, they then become, they have Outlier if you get to a certain parallel. I don't know if there's any cards out there. So if anybody knows the answer to that, please leave it down below in the comment section to help everybody out. And then Aroldis Chapman also has a silver card. It's not going to be as good as his Diamond Live Series card, but it's very, very cheap. You can get him for 2,000 to 3,000 stubs. That 79 overall silver card has the Outlier quirk as well. So really, really budget-friendly item. And also keep in mind, right, with these cards, even the silver cards, I will get rid of Untouchable. It's not absolutely necessary that you have Untouchable, but that combination is really good. If we look at some of these other cheaper cards, if we get into events where it's only silver players or only bronze players, or you just in general need budget players, here's a whole bunch of pitchers, closers, starters that are silver and below. Silver, bronze, I don't think we have any commons in there that get Outlier. So think about those events with the budget cards. These are going to be names and players. I mean, Garrett Crochet has a card, a bronze card that can get it as well. So these are cards you want to keep in mind, keep in the back of your head here. Also, just, go back to this website if you ever need it for reference, showzone.io. These can be used in event situations where you can still throw 102 with these guys. Bronze cards, silver cards, and a lot of them are under 200 stubs, under 100 stubs. So it wouldn't be bad to just go out and buy one of each of these just to have in your back pocket if you don't already have them from live series collections. We got 2 gold cards in there. One is a Rob Dibble. Now, unfortunately, I don't think you can acquire this card anymore. I think it was part of the first, I don't even know what it was part of, to be honest. It was part of some type of collection set or something early in the game, and it's just unfortunately no longer available. There is a Noah Sidner guard out there that you guys can find as well. That's a gold card that's really, really cheap. But that Rob Dibble gold card, if anybody can help me out there, I don't know where you can find that card. I have him. He's in my inventory, but I really don't remember where I got him from. And, press X to view locations. Nothing happens. So it's not showing you where you can get this card. If you go to locations over here, no locations found. So I don't think you can find this card anymore. Hopefully a lot of you have him there. If you can't afford the Diamond, the 95 Prime Rob Dibble, well, you got an 84 gold card, and guess what? he still hits Untouchable and Outlier. So he can still hit 102. Now, his other attributes are going to be lacking a little bit, like control, hits per 9, Ks per 9, all that stuff. But it's still a very, very viable and budget-friendly card. I mean, he's super budget, right? Because he's free if you already have him. The other 3 free cards, we talked about them already in this video, but I'm going to end the video by talking about those. You absolutely need to go pick these cards up. So for programs, Team Affinity, if you need help beating or completing Team Affinity 2 or Season 1 missions, we're going to link some videos down below in the comments section to help you out. Probably just Team Affinity 2. If you grind the NL East Team Affinity 2, you're going to earn rewards for Team Affinity 1, assuming that you haven't completed it, and 2. And 2 of the players are on the Marlins, so definitely go for the NL East. You can see once you get up to 90 Team Affinity 2 series or Season 2 tokens, the NL East Choice Pack, there's your Edward Cabrera. He has Outlier. He has Untouchable, must-have card. The reason that I say you can earn double rewards with the NL East is because basically when you're grinding Team Affinity, it's going towards both Seasons 1 and 2. And if you take a look at the rewards in NL East Team Affinity Season or Series 1, you go to the 42 pack at 60 tokens. There's your Sixto Sanchez. Remember, he has Outlier too because he has a primary pitch that hits 102. And then the third card is going to be found over in the AL Central for the White Sox. And once you unlock this pack, there you go. Garrett Crochet, 94 overall diamond card. And if you take a look at his quirks, I think my face cam's blocking it, but he has Untouchable and he has Outlier. So get some closers in your bullpen, some relievers in your bullpen, get some starters that have that combination of Outlier and Untouchable. Start mixing up those fastballs with those, off-speed pitches, sliders, sinkers, changeups. If you're struggling with pitching, this is a must-have tactic that you should have on your team right now. Hope this video helps. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.